Alright guys, in this video I'm going to be going over how to set up a custom Minecraft profile just for playing Hypixel Skyblock. If you've been playing Skyblock for a little bit and you're really getting into it, you think you want to stick with it, this is something I highly recommend doing. You can get more performance, get a bunch of quality of life upgrades. There's tons of great mods out there specifically for Skyblock, or that just work really well with Skyblock. To really improve your experience. So as you can see right now on screen, I'm running exactly what we'll be setting you up with today. So if you follow through this to the end, you'll be set up exactly like this. So you can see we've got custom textures for these items. So this isn't just an iron sword or whatever it is if you log on in vanilla, but it has a custom texture. You can see my Revenant armor has custom texture, the farmer boots, the dragon helmet, all of that has individual textures made just for that. And if you don't like this pack, that's fine. You can install another one. I'll also touch quickly on how to install this over top of another texture pack in case you don't like the vanilla look, in case you want something a little more high resolution. Maybe you've got a beefier PC than I do. All that kind of stuff. We're going to go through how to set up all of that. So if you've been playing Skyblock and you want to set yourself up to really enjoy it for a long time, stop being jealous of the kind of setups that YouTubers and Twitch streamers have got, you are in exactly the right place. Okay, so let's get right into what some of these mods are. So the first mod, of course, is Optifine. Optifine is the only reason I can play this game and record without my computer just screaming at me. Which you may be able to hear it screaming at me a little bit, but nowhere near as bad as it would be. It also supports these texture packs. If you don't have Optifine, a lot of these custom item textures can't work without Optifine. So that is a must-have for sure. We're going to go through how to get the latest version of that. Then the next critical mod here is Skyblock add-ons. So Skyblock add-ons right now is adding these two little timers here. You can see I've got a countdown to the Dark Auction, the Magma Boss. It's also got lots of great little tweaks, just stellar quality of life stuff. It's specifically made for Skyblock. So for example, if I come over here to my pumpkin farm, I can't break this stem. I find it also has better handling over dropping items. For example, it won't let me drop my grappling hook, whereas the vanilla Skyblock will just let you do that because the grappling hook is just uncommon. I've had problems with throwing my wand as well. Now that's rare, so maybe that wouldn't be the case. But that's not a problem with Skyblock add-ons. It fixes all of that, which is phenomenal. Yeah, so that I consider a total must-have for Skyblock. It's so nice. I'll be showing you how to install that and how to tweak it. Skyblock add-ons is also powering these numbers down here. You can see my current defense is logged, what percentage of damage that blocks, my speed. I've also got my health and my mana are listed in a way more readable fashion with this, which is, just phenomenal. So great. Skyblock add-ons is a total must-have. Then I've got just some nice little quality of life tweaks. Honestly, I don't see why not to have these installed, is what I kind of consider the second category. So the first of those mods is Auto Tip. Auto Tip is super simple. It just tips players in other games on Hypixel Skyblock, or just in Hypixel in general. What does that mean for you? It means free Hypixel network experience. So you're just going to level up faster on the Hypixel network. It literally costs you nothing. There's no performance hit to this. It's totally worth doing. Yeah, so I'm going to show you how to install that. And if you don't want that, just don't install it. It'll be super simple to figure out how to not install these mods if you don't want all of them as we go along. The other one's sidebar mod revamp. So that grabs this sidebar, and notice how I don't have the numbers on the scoreboard. So without sidebar mod revamp, that would show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to keep all these rows sorted. Sidebar mod revamp can just hide that. You can also change the background if you want the background of that to be a opaque red or something, for example. You can totally do that with Sidebar Mod Revamp. We'll go through installing that and tweaking it. What else do we have? We've also got memory fix and most delay fix. These are fixes for 1.89 bugs. No reason not to install them. Prevents you from crashing. Speeds up your mouse cursor by 1 frame. There's no reason not to use these. Both of these bugs have been fixed in 1.15, but 1.8.9 performs better on Hypixel, so that is definitely what we will be using as our base. It also has really great mod support. Finally, for our last two mods, we've got more overlays. These are mods that you may or may not want. I personally like them. More overlays simply shows dark spots on your island. I can't demo that right here because it's not dark. Here. This is actually a better place to show off both of these. Okay, so I've come over to the end to show off the last two mods because I kind of need darkness to demonstrate how they work. So the first one is more overlays, which I can use like this. So this overlay, real simple, it shows dark spots. So these yellow spots are spots where mobs can spawn at night. Mind you, the time of day doesn't change here. And these red spots are spots where mobs can spawn right now. So that means nothing here. Hypixel's customized this area, but you can use this on your island to perfectly light up your island. So you just throw this on, boom, instantly you can see everywhere that's dark, everywhere you need a torch, whether you need a torch there right now or whether you need one at night. And this is totally legal because it's the exact same information that you get through F3 in this light section here. So that's just giving you that information in a faster to read way, which is super handy. And our second mod is full bright. So you'll notice the end is super dark here. It's really hard to see. And it gets worse in certain corners here. Like, where's an especially dark spot? So like right here, it's impossible to tell what's going on there. What full bright goes and does is it just changes the block light level of every single block to be 15. And I can toggle that with just a tap of the G key. So, boom. Suddenly I can see crystal clear. Like, for example, I did not know that bottle was there a second ago. We just have perfect vision with full bright enabled, which is so handy. And, you know, if you want that mood lighting, you want to see your island at night, you know, just tap the G key and it goes away. It's that easy. So I really like this approach. I find gamma boosting is a common approach you'll hear to being able to see better in the end. That's raising your brightness over 100%. But that gives this weird warped look to dark areas. This way, dark areas look, well, they look exactly like they are. And it obeys your monitor's brightness settings and all that. But light areas don't look really weird either. Everything just kind of looks the same. You can see perfectly. And then when I want to see something as it is, boom, there it is. No problem. Okay, so with that done, let's get right into installing and configuring these mods. Okay, so I've gone and backed up my Minecraft and wiped it all out, started totally fresh. So this is going to look exactly like it is for you. So the only version of the game I've played right now is 1.15.2, and that's completely unmodded. So the first thing we need to do is install 1.8.9, and then install Forge on that. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to jump over to Installations, New. We're going to scroll right down here and grab version 1.8.9, and we're just going to hit Create. Okay, finally, we need to go back and launch the game as that, because when we launch the game, that will actually install it. Oh, now, you may have noticed that I'm on Mac. Don't you worry about that. Don't worry about that at all, because this is going to work the exact same on Windows or Mac or whatever. It's just your folders are going to look like they do on Windows. So long as you know how to get items out of your downloads folder, you'll be just fine. Okay, we're going to do one last thing while we've got the game open here, and that is we're going to open our Minecraft folder. So if you go to Options, Resource Packs, you get this option here to open the resource pack folder. And that'll open the folder on your operating system. Go up one folder, and boom, you're in our Minecraft folder. So this is going to be helpful later. For now, I'm just going to tuck that aside and minimize it. And now we can quit the game. The game is downloaded and installed, and we're done. Okay, so now we're over in Google Chrome, and I've got a list of all the links that we're going to be visiting today. If you go down into the description of the video, there's going to be a link to a forum post, and the forum post is going to have all of these links. The reason I'm doing it that way is because so that I can update the links in the forum post. I'm going to try to keep that up to date, and I'm always going to write the date that I've updated that on. So you can see, yes, okay, all of these links have been updated in the last month or two. These links are all accurate. I can just click on them, no problem. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab Forge. So if you're on Windows, we're going to go with the download recommended, of course. If you're on Windows, go with Windows Installer. And if you're on anything else, just go ahead and grab Installer here. That's going to get us a Java file. Just wait for the little timer here. No problem. Perfect. And we've got our file downloading. So that's going to download really quick. So let's go over here and just crack open your downloads folder, wherever that downloaded to. Security. Sometimes you have to keep on those. Oh, real quick, that's just a Mac OS quirk. There's a little security thing there. Well, okay, I'll show you how to bypass that in case you hit it as well. So real quick, system preferences, security and privacy. Come on. General, and we're just going to open that anyway. That's just a little security warning because we downloaded it from the internet. Okay, so that shows up here, and we're going to install client because we're not running a server. And it automatically points directly to your Minecraft installation. So just hit OK, and it'll find Minecraft 1.8.9. So that's going to go ahead and run. All right, so far it's just finished installing. We're going to go ahead and crack open Minecraft again and see what we get. Right, so you can see we have a Forge profile now, which is great. So let's go over to installations. We can get rid of our 1.8.9 installation now. We don't need that. And if you want, go ahead, edit this, and feel free to change the name. I like to call mine Skyblock. Real crystal clear what it's for. Okay, so if we boot that now, we've got Forge. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like. A little weird there, it just installed twice as much space as it actually has. Downloaded 2 megabytes of 1 megabyte. Okay, we're going to go ahead and use that resource pack trick again. And you can see now we've got a mods folder. So super simple. For every mod we install now, we're just going to drag it into this mods folder. So that's where it is. Okay, next mod on our list here is going to be Optifine. So Optifine, again, we're just going to scroll right on down to 1.8.9. And we're just going to grab the top version. So at this time, that's L5. So go ahead and hit download, just wait for the ad again. Perfect. Okay, looks like that's going to be nice and quick. And keep. Okay, there's one more thing I need to show you with Optifine. Back to security. So this one, we need to extract the mod. So normally you would run install, and this would install in the same way that we installed Forge. But what we actually want is just a .jar to drop in our mods folder. So this is a bit of a weird one to install with Forge. So we're going to go ahead and hit extract. Just make sure you know where it's putting it. So in my case, it's putting it right back in the downloads folder, which is perfect. And save. So real simple, that now just gave us an Optifine mod we can drop in. I'm going to go ahead and delete everything in here because we don't need it anymore. Perfect. So now Optifine's installed. If we launch the game again, you would see it. But we're going to go plow right on ahead here. We're going to grab the rest of our mods while we're at it. So Skyblock add-ons. This one's a bit of a weird page. This guy Biscuit on YouTube makes this mod, and he just has this page up to support himself, which is great. Feel free to check him out. He posts updates to the mods and kind of showcases new features as they release. He's a handy one to be subbed to for sure. Auto tip, which I mentioned earlier. Just going to need to keep clicking keep on these for security reasons. Auto tip I already told you guys about. Sidebar mod revamp. That was just a media fire link. So we're going to go ahead and download that. Memory fix. This guy Purples makes a couple of these. Just go ahead and click download. Super simple. Mouse delay fix. Download. More overlays. So this one is on Curse. So anytime you get a mod from CurseForge, just make sure the game version is 1.8.9. The link I've provided already sorts 1.8.9 to the top, so you don't super have to worry about it, but just make sure you're downloading the latest version. So right now that's 1.3, and and on the gamed version 1.8.9. And just go ahead and click download. Keep on that, wait for the 5 seconds. And there it is. And finally, Fulbright. We're just going to click download on that. Oh, no, that grabbed the wrong version. I just made the same mistake. So make sure you scroll down to the bottom and look for that 1.8.9. That is critical in the game version because I just accidentally downloaded 1.7. So keep an eye out. Okay, and there's our download. Perfect. So now we have a ton of different .jars. All we have to do to finish this installation is just go ahead and throw them all into this folder. And that's every bit how easy it is to install a mod. If you don't want any of these, like for example AutoTip, which I mentioned earlier, just don't put it in the folder. Don't download it. That's it. Easy peasy. Okay, so now let's launch the game again and look into configuring some of these mods. Everything has just installed, and you can already see we've got Powered by Forge down here in the bottom. We've also got our Optifine version listed. 11 mods loaded, 11 mods active. We're ready to go. So let's go and customize some of these settings. So let's jump straight into Hypixel so we can see what we're doing here. I'm going to go ahead and jump straight onto Skyblock. Whew. It is dark in here. So let's see if Fulbright's working. Boom. Perfect. Look at that. No problems with that at all. Brighten things up right away. Okay, so I don't have a texture pack. We'll get that afterwards. So let's start off with some of these mods. So to start with, Optifine adds a ton of new options down in video settings. So you can see there's all sorts of things here. So we've got quality, we've got performance. And if you just hover over any of these, it'll give you really good instructions on what some of these are. So like fast render, dynamic updates, fast math. So my computer's not too powerful, so I like to read through these and set everything to faster settings as much as I can. Because we can you can really speed up your game by playing around in these menus, and without making a huge difference on the visual look of the game. You can gain quite a lot. Okay, next up we've got Skyblock add-ons. So this is the most important one. As you can see, my UI down here is pretty screwed up. That definitely doesn't look right. So let's go ahead and fix that. So to edit Skyblock add-ons, just run the command /SBA. Okay, so when we hit that, we get all kinds of things here. So this allows you to toggle the features, every single feature of Skyblock add-ons. So this is really powerful, obviously. So if, for example, let's say you don't want that dark auction timer, you don't care, you don't have enough coins for that in the bank, boom, it's gone. Just like that. Change ender chest colors, don't reset cursor between inventories. Big warnings when you've got things like, we can have the health bar, which I really like the health bar. I'm not going to tinker too much with this. We are going to hide the vanilla health bar. The biggest one to edit here is edit GUI locations. So if we give that a click, we get some stuff we can kind of rearrange here. So it's pretty self-explanatory what's going on. So the bones, I don't need those. You want to see what your armor does. There's a full breakdown of your armor. And most of this can be disabled. You can create exactly the look I have had on mine with just a bit of time, just a bit of tinkering. So for example, we can shrink that down. You can get a look that totally suits you. We can move where the item list happens. So already we've got something that looked a lot better than what we had just by playing for a matter of seconds. Perfect. Okay, so there you go. You see we've got a reasonably readable UI even after just a tiny little bit of tinkering, which is great. Okay, so let's try another mod here. So you can see the sidebar. I've got those numbers I was telling you about. Don't like that. We don't need those. So to change that, you're just going to run /sidebar mod. And that brings this up. So we can disable the shadow. We're going to get rid of those numbers. And we can change the background if we want to, which is just wild. You can even have a pulsating background like this, which is just ridiculous. Oh my word. Personally, I just like the black background. Black, make it a little more transparent than it was. Get rid of those numbers. I don't like to do all too much. I think we can even change the position of the sidebar. Maybe that's not the case. I must be thinking of something else. We can make it a little bigger if you find it's not readable at your GUI, make it a bit smaller, whatever you feel. Okay, so that's that. Super simple. There's another one we can change here. Auto tip. You can see we get some commands for that. I find auto tip is a little too chatty by default. No, I can't remember the command. Hang on, I'll get back to you. So very simple. You just run auto tip messages and it toggles through a few different modes. So I like to have mine in hidden because, well, frankly, I don't care too much about what's going on. I just want the Hypixel experience to pile up in the background. Okay, and with that, we've got a pretty readable, customized base setup. We've got our performance fixes, we've got 1.8.9, we've got the game running smoothly, we've also got all that. So let's go ahead and let's grab a tech resource pack. Actually, one more mod to configure here, and that's ModCore. So I'm not a huge fan of ModCore here. It certainly has uses, but I don't like most of them. So we're going to disable that obnoxious preview on the main menu. And I just like to disable all of these so that my game's not doing any extra work in the background. These are custom cosmetics that other people using ModCore can see. You can get some of them, you can see others. Personally, I'm not too interested. Feel free to customize that however you like. You can even friend people through here. There's interesting features, but I'm not too interested in it. Yeah, as you can see, we can give ourselves some custom cosmetics. A little weird for sure. Anyway, now we'll jump over to installing a resource pack. So we can snazz this up a little bit, because right now all my items look kind of generic. Like leather boots? Come on. Okay, so the pack I've linked to on the sidebar is the Hypixel Skyblock pack. This is my personal favorite, and of course there's tons of others. Just look for Skyblock resource packs, and you'll find lots of them. So this one has a few options, which I want to get into. So obviously the first set here is 16x and 32x. This is resolution. 16 certainly goes best if you're going to go with the vanilla look. And we've also got a full version and an overlay version. So what this is, the full version is what you install if you just want to use this. But if you want to overlay this over a vanilla resource pack, grab the overlay. And that'll just cause less conflicts and bugs when you do that. Also make sure to grab the 1.8 version, of course. So we're going to grab 16x 1.8 full version. You grab whatever suits you. Okay, and that's going to give us a media file. Very weird. Perfect. So there it is. And we're going to go and pull the same resource pack trick here. We're going to open our resource pack folder. Beautiful. Here it is. Drag the pack in to resource packs. No need to go up a directory this time. Go back, open resource packs again. You can see use Optifine here. Fortunately, we've handled that. And when we reload the game, boom, we've got our custom items. So we've got custom items now. You can see everything on these armor stands has switched over. I've switched over. We are looking good. And if we head over to a hub, we can see everyone in there is switched over as well. I got stuck in the ground there. So that's hardened diamond. No one's moving around here. Yeah, so here's a guy in some dragon armor. And it's not leather. It looks way cooler. So this is great. Oh, by the way, quick note. If, when you do this, you don't get the items working, there's a couple weird options in Optifine that have to be checked for this to work. So that would be custom items. You should probably make sure custom GUIs is on. And you also want random entities on. So this allows custom dragon textures to work, for example. So superior dragon can look different than strong dragon or unstable dragon. And custom items, of course, is this stuff. Custom GUIs, of course, this stuff. So if that doesn't turn on right away for you, just make sure those options are checked. Okay, if you followed all the way through this, you've now got a Minecraft that's running smoother, looking better. You're in great shape. To add more mods, just feel free to drag more things into that mods folder, more .jars, and you'll be good to go. Make sure they're 1.8.9 compatible. Okay, and that is it. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy your new Minecraft setup, and feel free to tell me how it is.